down. Woo! God almighty. What's up, Juan? What's up, Cars? Damn it, boy. Man down, man down. Oh, let's let a little bit of people get in here and I'm going to show you what I did. And then, yeah, I would, yeah, that ain't happening around here, Captain. What's up, Daniel? We're going at the 5-minute mark, I'm going to get up and I'm going to show you what I done. So, until then, I'm going to lay right here. Pass out on the floor. Man down, man down. Woo! It's hot, TJ. It's hot. How's things going with you? Yeah, everything good. Everything good. I've been making panels. I painted the hood. I got the hood painted. I didn't get it cleared, but I got it painted. I'm gonna clear it in the morning. It just, by the time I got all the base on it, by the time I got all the base color on it, it was like 95 degrees. So I let it flat, I let it set until in the morning, and then I'll clear it in the morning. He got the air movers getting him cool. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm good. I'm good. Let me get up for somebody calls 911. Let me get up for somebody calls 911. Let me get up. Let me get up for somebody dials 911. I'm good. I'm good. Let me get up for somebody calls 911. 911. 911. No, I'm good. That concrete's probably 30 degrees cooler. So I usually lay on the concrete. It's like 30 degrees cooler. What's up, fellas? Elko tapping in. I was dialing the last. Well, I appreciate that too. Hey, TJ, I appreciate that. But the bad thing about that is, if you dial 911 right there, you're gonna get 911 where you at. You're gonna have to dial 572-1313 to get dispatch around here. You're gonna have to dial 910-572-1313. That gets dispatch. So, yeah. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in North Carolina. All right, boys and girls. We got 30 seconds. We got 30 seconds. And then I'm gonna show you what I did. I was live earlier, but I had a UPS driver, and then I had somebody pull up, and I just ended the live because I had it muted, and I apologize for that. There was a lot of stuff. Muggy as a heat wave here in UK. In the UK. Hey man, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, so let me get to it. Y'all ready? Hit the like. Y'all boys and girls ready? Y'all let me know you're ready. Hit that thumbs up. My man built on a budget. Building a budget is in the house. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, hit the thumbs up. Get it. And let me show you what I done. Built, yeah, the myth, the man, and the legend. Built on a budget. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn this fan off because I hate talking over the fan. So let me show you what I did. All right, client came by, said he was fanatic. He was beside himself. He said he was happy Happy, 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 happy. Happy, happy, happy. So he happy, that makes me happy. So I said, if you happy, makes me happy, make me happy. Pay me now. Ha ha! Yes, sir. Pay me now. So, so y'all ready, boys and girls? Don't know about great. Y'all boys and girls ready? Here we go. Bam! There we are. There we be. There we be. There we be. Uh-huh. What do y'all think about that? Huh? Let's just sit here and let's just sit right here and stew on this for a minute. Let's just sit right here and just stew on this for a second. Let's just take it all in. Let's just take it all in. Let's take it in. Let's take it all in. Uh-huh. All right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let go. All right, boys and girls. Boys and girls. What's up, boys and girls? All right, so let me explain to you what's going on. All right. So let me explain to you what's going on. All right. This upper frame unbolts and this whole seat will come out, right? So the seat unbolts and then that second frame unbolts and then the lower frame will be welded, actually it's tack welded to the box. This is the only thing that's metal. Everything else is aluminum. All right. Now, let me tell you, let me let you live with me. I'm gonna let y'all get in my brain. Y'all ready? I'm gonna let y'all get in my brain, in my cabeza. I'm gonna let y'all get in my cabeza so y'all know what's going on. All right? So, here's what's going on. No, these screws are not gonna be the same thing. If I had some Klinkos, I would use Klinkos. I don't have any Klinkos, but I got a shitload of those screws. So, those screws are okay because they're 1/8 inch, and I'm gonna put 3/16 nut inserts into this tubing, and I'm gonna put button head screws, and that'd be good as gold. So what I'm gonna do is this little panel right here, it only goes over to about right there. This panel will be spot welded. All right, so I have a spot welder, so or a pressure welder or a compression welder, whatever you want to call it, spot welder. I'm gonna weld this panel to the tubing. I'm gonna weld this panel to the tubing, so this piece will not come out. This piece will be welded in and will not come out. This piece will be spot welded in and will not come out. But this piece right here will have nut inserts, right? So it'll have a nut insert here, 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 and here, all right? And what that means is this panel right here will be removable. So once that panel is removable, then you can get to the battery. So the battery tray is underneath that. So in the back side of that is enough room to get 2 of those small batteries, right? So I can get 2 batteries in there if I wanted to, or I can get a battery and an onboard street charger, right? Or whatever, right? So that will be the access panel for the battery, right? Okay, now let's look in here, all right? So I put a floor in this panel, right? I put a floor there, all right? So what's gonna go, and then I gotta put a wall right here, all right? I'm gonna close this in. All right, so when you take this panel off, all right? When you take this panel off, that's where the PCM is gonna be. That's where the 21 circuit wiring harness is gonna be, the fuse box. That's where all that stuff's gonna be, the electronics, the relays, everything will be in there. Everything will be in there. And then right here in the floor, on the other side of this panel, I'll put a pin connector where the wiring harness will run out and then run to the engine, because the engine is right there, all right? Okay, so with that being said, all the electronics will be in this cubby hole, right? So if I need to get in here and work on it, all I gotta do is take there'll be 3/16 button head Allen screws, stainless, and they'll be all around the perimeter, right? Take that. This will be wrapped in fabric or vinyl, or probably be vinyl or whatever he decides. Hell, it might be wrapped in carpet, and you won't even see none of that. So either way, nevertheless, it's fine. There'll be a lid on this. There'll be a lid here covering this up, so this will be completely closed in, right? So that's that, right? Let's go over here to the other side. So on this side, this piece on this side will have nut inserts. It'll have 3/16 nut inserts in the tubing, and it'll have 3/16 button head stainless Allen head screws that will bolt this panel to this, right? There'll be a panel over this that closes that in. So this will be removable and this will be removable, right? The reason why I made this removable and this removable, so if you take this panel off and this panel off and you unbolt this seat bracket from the lower seat bracket, the whole seat comes out, and then if you needed to get to the transmission, you could raise this to get into the transmission. All right? All right, so that's that piece there on that. So there'll be a cover over here. So that box right there, or excuse me, that box will be completely enclosed, okay? So you won't see nothing, right? All right, and then I asked him if I could, this seat slides back. I got the wiring harness for the seat. So this seat has power front and back. It has power tilt. It has an airbag in it for the lower lumbar, and it has a fan to keep your ass cool, and it also has heated seats. So I got all that wiring harness, so I know how to figure out all them wires on that right there. So I got that wiring harness. A buddy of mine from the Ford place sent me the wiring diagram, so thanks for connections, right? So I asked this guy if I could build So I also asked him if I could build a knee-high wall right here, and he said, do whatever you want to do. And I was like, okay, fine. All right, so this seat right here, them brackets is made, but I got to make the feet to bolt them down. So then I asked him about this seat right here. I asked him about this seat. Now this seat will be on the same height as that seat, okay? So whatever the height of that seat is right there, that's what the height of this seat will be, right? All right, so this seat right here will be the same height as that seat, but this seat will actually be slid back right there where it's at. And here's a bunch of reasons why. A lot of people are going to say, why didn't you put the seat in that hole like you did that one? Well, you could do that, but let's think about this. His wife is going to be sitting in this seat, right? So I need to make this seat up high, right, to match the same plane of that seat, so they are on the same plane, right? So they both can see out the front windshield, right? So with that being said, also, if it was my wife, I wouldn't want her right in the doorway for a lot of reasons, safety and all this other stuff. So I suggested sliding this seat back, because we got room. Slide this seat back, and if we have to, we can come right here and extend this out, right? We can extend this floor out to about right here, and we can make that a cubby hole, right? Put jumper cables, fire extinguisher, whatever else, tire plugs, whatever. And you still got enough room to put your feet right there, right? To step up in. Well, if you slide this seat all the way to right here like this, and somebody gets in the truck, guess what happens? She's going to have to get up and move so you can get in, right? So with that being said, with that being said, this is what I'm looking at, right? Let me show this right here. Let me show you what. Let me let you live with me for a second. Let me let you live. So, with that being said, if this seat is all the way right here, and I go to get in, then her feet and stuff, and then I'm gonna have to go around and get into it, right? So think about of a school bus, right? When you get on a school bus, the front seat on this side is cattywampus backwards, so you're not in the way, right? So if she's sitting right here and her feet is right here, right? If her feet's right there, if her feet is at 12 inches, right? So if we extend the floor out 12 inches, that still gives me 2 foot a step. So that means if I was going to get in here, I could step right here, and she is right here to my left, and I'm nowhere near her and close proximity where she has to get up and move. So that means she could be sitting there. I could come in, step right here. When I step up, then she's stepping right there, and she's not in the way, right? Right? I'm not in the way of her getting in the way, right? Or I'm not in her way. She's not in my way. She's the boss, right? So basically think about it like this. So if you walk around and the floor is extended out, the floor is extended out to the 12-inch mark, right? So that's basically right there, right? So basically right there. That still gives me 14 inches right there. So I can literally come right here, I can step, and I'm still not in the way because the step will be right there. I'm still not in her way, not in her feet, nothing. And she's right there tucked right here next to the side, and she would be on the same plane as he's on, right? So this seat will actually be higher, and she won't be sitting down where she thinks people sitting on. Like, this is the way I look at it. If I step on here and somebody's lower than me, then that person might think that they're inferior because they're sitting lower, right? This is how my brain works. So if I bring this chair up, which would be his wife, if I bring her up on the same plane as her husband, then they're equal. And nobody's in the way. There's nobody in the way, right? So I can't put the chair right there because we got to get to the engine. The engine's right there, so I can't cover up the dog box. I mean, that's a good idea, but I can't cover up the dog box if I got to get in there. So if there's a chair in the way, then I can't get to none of this to work on this or the transmission. So then I can step right here, I can get in, and then I can come back here. I can walk to the back, and I can sit in this chair right here, right? Now I'm in this chair, and she's right there, or whoever's in the passenger seat. The driver's right there. I'm back here chalking it up. Then you got 2 more seats right here. I got to unlock these seats and then get these mounted. And then I'm probably going to be able to cut that off so I can slide this seat to the back a little bit. Therefore, that will give that seat more room so that seat can articulate back. Forward and forward. That seat can articulate back, but you got to understand that seat's going to be raised up, so this seat is actually going to be lower than that seat, so that gives that enough room. And then if you look at it from the back, take the chair out every 20 years. So that's that, and that's what I'm thinking. Take the chair out every 20 years to pull the engine out, homie. Hey, Mossy, I appreciate your input, but it doesn't flow. In my eyes, it does not flow to have the chair right beside each other. It doesn't look proportioned. That's why I'm not putting it there. Well, one reason I'm not putting it there is because you can't get to the dog box, right? And who says it's 20 years? It could be 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 hours. Anything could happen. It's like my guy 87SS says, know your car it doesn't matter if you spend 100 grand on building something, something's going to break. And when that shit breaks, you're going to have to work on it. So I got to think of it like this. I'm building this for my client, and my client is giving me artistic freedom to build it the way I see fit. Now, I take his input in, plus or minus, and I say, well, I appreciate that, but I don't think that will work because in my history and my experience, this will happen. So let's do it this way, because you always got to think about, see, that's the problem. Nobody building something never thinks about the next man working on it, right? They just like, oh, hell, fuck it. Just put it in there. It don't matter. As long as it's work, as long as it works, it's good to go. Let's go. But you never think about the next man working on it. So the next man's got to get in there and work on it. And if you don't make it where it's serviceable and workable, then you make it difficult and you make it bothersome to get in there. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, 87. Nobody never thinks about the next man working on it, right? And let's say that he keeps this thing for a couple years after it's done, and somebody walks up to him and hands him a boatload of money, and they don't know nothing about vehicles. They can't whoop their ass out of a wet sack. Guess who they gonna call? Guess who they gonna call when something needs to be fixed? The man that built the car. Because guess why? I know the car because I have touched every square inch of it. I know it. I know this car. The person buying it ain't going to know it if this man sells it. He ain't going to know shit, but, ooh, that's cool. Let me drive it. So, yeah. So, with that being said, so when you come up here, and that's why I suggested, because I asked him, I said, do you think your wife will ever drive this? And he said, it's possible. And I said, well, hey, let's do this. I got some of this tread bright. I got some of this diamond plate. Let's go right here. Let me go right here and make a step right here. Right? Let me take some of this tread bright I got, 1/8 plate, and let me bend a bracket, a step, come off about 2 inches, right? Come out about 2 inches, drop down about 1 inch, and then break it back on a 45 to grab it right here, right? So basically what I want to do is I want to make a ledge like this. I'm gonna make a step like that and make it uniformed into that, right? And what that's going to do, that's going to make a little step about 2 inches this way and about 4 inches that way, right? And all that's going to do is just give it an extra step. That's all it's going to do. And the reason why I'm thinking about that, what? Yeah. The reason why, the next thing, so basically, when she comes in here and steps on it, and I'm going to put an old shit handle up here too. I'm going to bend some chromoly tubing and put an old shit handle to grab onto it. Or maybe I can get one out of a Jeep over there at John Buchanan's and I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I can just make an old shit handle to grab right there. But if she comes in here and she steps right there, right, then she'll have somewhere to put her foot right there to push herself up to get up in there. He said it's okay. He can step right there and get in there. But if we take this step, the distance from this step from here to here, and split the difference and put a little ledge right there, then you got a step there, and then you can pick your feet up, right? Then you put your feet right there, and then you can hop your little donkey ass up in there. Now, he also said, well, it doesn't really matter. She could actually walk. This is what he said now. He said she could walk around and open the door right here and get in. And then he said, she could walk around. He says, honestly, he said, she could walk around, open this door, because I got to build new doors. She could open the door, step right here, and then she could get right into the seat and good to go. And I said, yeah. I said, yeah, she could. And then when she gets out, she could go that way too. But right here's this door, right there's a step, right? If she's sitting right here, here's the gas pedal, right? Here's the brake, here's the gas pedal, right there. It ain't gonna have no clutch because it's gonna have an automatic, right? So you got the gas pedal right here and then you got the brake. When she gets done, she can grab right here and she can open the door, right? And she can go right here and she can put her foot right there on that step, right? Right there on that step. She can put her foot on that step, boom, right up out of the door, right up out of the door, right up out of the door. This man makes everything. JJ, you know how many Cuzzo Mexicans can fit in there? Orange marker. What he building? Well, yeah. All right, so that's that. So, yeah. So here we go on that big dog. So I've been practicing on. Now this is like, y'all seen me make the flames when I went live. When I got the bead roller, I went live and I made the flames. That was the first time I ever used a bead roller. First time ever. Yeah, so let's walk in here and let's talk about it. Let's go in here and talk about it. Woo, it's hot in here, boys and girls. Look here. 94. 94 degrees in here. All right, so this is the bead roller. And when I got this bead roller, this was the first thing that I ever did. This is the first thing I ever did on a bead roller. First thing ever. Right out the box. Made that right there. Now, these are like the second, third, fourth, fifth patterns, right? So basically, that's the second panel I ever made. That's the third panel, fourth panel, fifth panel, sixth panel, seventh panel, eighth panel. That's the eighth panel that I've ever made. Just got that thing not too long ago. So that's right out the box. That's right out the box. Made those panels. So it's giving me practice because I'm gonna make panels on all this as well. So what I'm gonna do is once I get it together, I'm gonna draw it all out. I'm gonna clean the metal, then I'm gonna draw it all out on the panel all at one time and make everything uniform, right? So my OCD's kicking in and 87SS is screaming in my ear, you gotta make that shit right, Jay. You gotta make that shit right, dog. So I'm gonna come from this corner to that corner and from that corner to that corner, and I'm gonna grid everything like we damn doing a radar system, and I'm gonna come off of that grid and I'm gonna make everything symmetrical. Then I'm gonna take this panel off, take it in there in the bead roller, roll everything on the bead roller, bring it back out here, put it back on the panel, do the other side, bring that panel, put it back out there, make sure everything's good to go, put some Tech screws in it, hold it, and then make sure everything looks good, take it back out, and bring it back out here, get it in, and then start welding it up solid. So yeah, just cut it out. A cutout would have. What? What do you say? The oil distributor or tamales. That thing is sweet. Yeah. Plate on the front, 10 gallons of far screen. Your bit. I don't know what that. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know it. I don't even know if you know what that means. Sounds like a lot of, but yeah. So, yeah, because TJ, I got to thinking about it. You know, I was just making these panels, right? Because I knew I was going to do this, do that, do this. So I got to thinking about it. What I should have done, you know, hindsight 2020. What I should have done is made all this in one panel. Instead of making this a panel and this a panel, I should have made all that in one panel, right? In one panel. And then I should have done the bottom in one panel, right? All in one panel. And then I could have laid it out and done it all symmetrical. Because right now it's not symmetrical. It looks like a loggerhead turtle is what it looks like. So that's that on that. So like I said, once it gets covered, I mean, hell, it might get covered in carpet. You know, if it gets covered in carpet, you ain't gonna see it anyway. So what does it matter? It's good practice, right? But like I said, I got to get some more 18 gauge. I'd like to get some 4x10 sheets if I could get them, because it don't take long to. Yeah, it's a learning curve. It's a new repertoire in my bag of tricks. And you know the thing about it is, Tulu, is I got to make covers for these, right? So I'm gonna make covers for these as well. And then I got to make covers for that seat. So I'm gonna have to stay with the pattern. So I can't change the pattern because nothing won't look uniform, right? So whatever, I know what this pattern is right here. I just have to transfer this pattern over to that and over to that and whatnot. And then down here, I'm probably going to close in the bottom of this too, break some panels and cover this up, you know, just do some decorative stuff. But yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. So this is how I laid this stuff out, right? So I took a piece of, this is 18 gauge, right? So what I did was, I took this ruler, right? I took this ruler right here, and this ruler is like 1 inch, right? So what I did is I went around and give it a 1 inch border all the way around, right? And then I went from corner to corner, right? I went from corner to corner, and I marked it 1 inch. So I made like a square box, and then I put an X in the middle, right? And then once I put the X in it, so let me just show you right here. Let me show you. So what I did was I done this, right? I made a box, and I made a 1 inch border all the way around it, right? And then I went from corner to corner, right? So I went from corner to corner. So I went from corner to corner, just like that. And then I went from corner to corner, just like that, right? Now, you see what I ended up with? I got a triangle, right? See that triangle? And then what I did was, I took washers, right? I took washers. Let me show you. I took the washers, and I connected the lines. Let me just do it like this. I took the washers. I took these 2 inch washers and I connected the lines. See, y'all should have paid attention in geometry class. So that's what I did. See, so I took the washer. This is a 2 inch washer, so that's a 1 inch radius. And I put it like that, and then I traced it. And then I went over there and I traced it, and then I traced it. And then when I come back with the bead roller, I just followed that line all the way around, and that's how I got my pattern. So depending on how big the panel was, dictated on how big the triangle was, right? So sort of like this, right? Sort of like that, right? Then I come over here to the step bit. This is a 1/4 inch step bit. And then you run that line, the red line, you run it on this, and then you drive it through there. So that's it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Oh yeah, so, and on the gas cap, I know on the gas cap, here's the gas cap for the C10. So I'm gonna take a dimple die, and I'm gonna dimple die. I'm gonna cut out the section, and I'm gonna dimple die. Then I'm gonna save the slug, and I'm gonna put it back in there, and I'm gonna TIG it back up, right? Then I'm gonna take a hole saw, and I'm gonna cut this hole into it, all right? So basically what that's gonna do is gonna give me a dimple die with a flange. Then when I drop the gas cap in there, like so, all right? I'm gonna get some machine screws, right? I'll get some stainless machine screws, and then what I'll do is I'll drill 3 holes, and then I will weld the nuts on the back side, so I don't have to worry about putting a wrench or nothing on there. And then I'll drop that in there, and I'll drill 3 holes, and then I'll weld the nuts on the back of the flange. Then I'll take stainless steel machine screws, and I'll run them back down through there with a little bit of blue Loctite, and that will be a raised gas cap for the C10 in the bed. So basically, ooh, it's hotter than damn hot. So basically, think about this being in this hole and the gas cap being right there, so I can get to the gas cap. Yeah, it's hot. It's hot, Bo. It's hot, Bo. Bo, it's hot. Look, it's so damn hot, my weebles. You know why I keep the camera up this high? Because if I get it down low, you will see my nuts hanging down all the way out my britches. They'd be down, my nuts is down there at my kneecaps. They down there going, hey man, we need a fan. We need a fan. You know, you ain't got to worry about having no babies in the summertime. Your little boys has done been boiled to death. Well, it's 94 here and the damn humidity's 80. So it's hot. It's hot. It's hot. So it's 58 people in here. Now there's 45. Damn, I guess they didn't like the nut joke, but it's okay. Hey, it's all right. It's all good. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. That's Cooter Brown. Hey, like Bill says, it's hotter than Cooter Brown. And also Bill says, it's hotter than a brother going to the electric chair. Yeah, it's hot, man. Look, my shirt is soaking wet. I mean soaking wet. Soaking wet. I think it's time to take a shower on the sidewalk like I did the other day. Y'all think I forgot about old daggone Soul Eater. Nah, I'm going to get back on Soul Eater next week. We're going to get back on it next week after the Peach Festival. But it's, keep that. Yeah. So that's it. Oh, yeah, if anybody didn't see the last video, got the radiator support mounted. It's rock solid. Got the oil cooler mounted. Got the front bumper done. Got everything fabbed up on it. And got the back bumper. Got the back bumper done. Got all that done. So this will be brake light turn signal. This will be a backup light. This will be the exhaust port. And built on a budget. Built on a budget. Guess what my man told me today? Guess what he told me today when we come by? He said that he found not one, but 2 1961 matching tags. That's how we do it in North Carolina, ain't that right? Bill know what we're talking about. He found not one, but 2 1961 matching tags. Matching tags. Yeah. And we're going to put them on here. Well, built right there, built right there. Look, Monty said, how is Built doing? Built on a budget. Yes, sir. Built doing great. He doing great. He got plenty of Pepsi. He got plenty of drink. He got plenty of insure. His baby girl got him on she got him on auto reimbursement on Pepsi's. She got him on auto pay on Pepsi's. They on an interval bringing him Pepsi's and insure. Auto replenishment. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate it. Auto replenishment. Yep. Yeah, they just auto replenishment. Yep. Yeah, baby girl got her daddy on point. Yeah, she got her baby girl got her daddy on lockdown. She got him locked. But you know what? Hey, 87. Do you know why baby girl got her daddy on lock? Because his baby girl in the military. She know how that stuff goes. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna tell you what branch she's in. But baby girl, it got her daddy on lock because she's in the military. She got all that shit laid out. She got all that shit laid out. She got, daddy needs this on this day. Daddy needs this on this day. Daddy needs this on this day. Daddy on this too. 92 Yankee. Yep. Well, I wasn't gonna say it, Bill. I wasn't gonna say it. 92 Yankee. I wasn't gonna tell you. I wasn't gonna tell baby girl's business. Yeah, she got, daddy needs this on the 12th. Daddy needs this on the 15th. Daddy needs this on the 17th. Yeah. She's a sight, boy. She's a sight. I met her one time before, briefly. She's a sight, boy. She's a pistol. That's for sure. Yeah. I believe she cut you. I believe baby girl cut you. I'm just saying. I believe baby girl pull a blade on you. I'm just letting you know. I believe baby girl put a blade on you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she about throwing hands. She might just come right out with the blade. She'd be like, what happened? You feel something wet and sticky and you look down and you be bleeding. She'd do, yeah, and wheel. Yeah, 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 and wheel. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, let me address something right quick because Mossy, 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 I want to address something, buddy. You are eat up with a battery. You are eat slam up with a battery. It says, I don't like the battery in a cabin, hardly, backer for the tile inside, is so you have time to get out. Mossy, okay, let me ask you a question. What do you drive? Mossy, what do you drive? Mossy, what do you drive? Mossy. Cat got your tongue? You was chatty a while ago, and now I'm asking you a question, and you're on lockdown. Are you still typing? Uh-oh, cast iron's hot. Everything, nothing but the battery under the seat. Nothing with a battery under the seat, just a John Deere dozer has it. Okay, so you drive a John Deere dozer everywhere you need to go? You drive a John Deere dozer to the gas station, to the grocery store, to Walmart, to Kmart, to Lowe's, to Home Depot. So let me ask you something. Mossy, have you ever rode in a Jeep Cherokee? Have you ever rode in a new Jeep Cherokee? Have you ever rode in a BMW? Have you ever rode in a Porsche? Have you ever rode in an Audi? Have you ever rode in any Dodge? Yeah. Jeep Cherokee, the battery is under the front under the front passenger seat in a Jeep Cherokee, a newer one. I got a buddy that's got one. He calls me and he says, Jay, I can't find the battery in my truck. I said, your truck? He's like, yeah. I said, your truck? He said, yeah. I said, well, you drive a OBS. It's under the hood on the passenger side or driver's side. No, my SUV. I was like, what SUV? He's like, I got a new Jeep Limited. I said, a Jeep Cherokee Limited? He said, yeah. I said, it's under the front seat. Yeah, Volkswagen, under the back seat in the Volkswagen. I think it's on the driver's side, I believe. So you're concerned with a battery being in the vehicle, right? You're concerned about being with a battery in a vehicle. Point taken. Do you drive anything with airbags? Firewall between me and the battery. Okay. Do you drive anything with airbags? Do you drive anything with airbags? If you drive anything with airbags, guess what? You're riding around with capacitors in the car or truck or van or SUV. So you're telling me that you don't drive anything with an airbag in it. So that's what you're telling me. You've never rode with anybody, family members, brothers. Man, this is your 15 minutes of fame. So you're so upset about batteries, and I got you the first time, and I said, yeah. And then and Cars on the Cut said, yeah, they'll put a fire extinguisher, and we kept going, kept going. But you were very adamant that I was probably ignoring you, but I wasn't ignoring you. I seen it, that you keep asking about batteries, 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 batteries. I find it hard to believe it's 2025 and you've never set your ass in a vehicle that has airbags in it. You've not rode with your buddies, you've not rode with your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your best friend, your mama, your daddy, your sister, your grandma, your grandpa, your twice removed uncle from your bastard brother, sister's mother-in-law's damn illegitimate bastard child. Auto antique. Well, praise Jesus. So you mean to tell me you live in Cuba? So Mossy Oak, you live in Cuba. I'm going to give him his 15 minutes of fame, Carolina Big, because you can't come after me because I got a whole damn Rolodex in my pocket. You don't believe me? Ask Build on a Budget. So you live in Cuba where they don't have any vehicles that's past like 1956, 57 due to the embargo from the United States and every other country, and they're taking damn diesel engines and everything else and putting them in 55 Chevrolets, 49 Chevrolets, and riding them around because they can't get anything down there. So you live in Cuba where nothing has an airbag in it. Okay, you've never been on a transit bus. You never took public transportation. You never been in an Uber. You never been in a Lyft. You never been on a damn airplane. Come on now. You never been in an airplane. You never been in an Uber. You never been in a Lyft. You never been in a taxi. So if you don't live in Cuba, if you don't live in Cuba, I guess you live in Pennsylvania in Amish country. And if you're in Amish country, then how in the hell are you on the telephone? Because the bishops in Amish company don't allow you to have any kind of computer devices. It's against your religion to have anything that is computer-wise. Even the little manufacturers that the daggone Amish run out there, they have power, but they run them off military generators because the bishop of the church approved them to run military generators to run their warehouses and their facilities to build stuff for people, because that is not on the grid and that is off the grid, and anything on the grid is of the devil, and they don't have any computers or anything like that. So if you have never rode anything but antiques, so you must ride in horse and buggy or you must be in Cuba, because you cannot tell me it's 2025 and you've never set your ass in a vehicle that has airbags. Exactly. Cars in the Cut. Cars in the Cut took it right on my mind. Even if you're riding one of them damn e-bicycles, you're still on a battery. Man, send Mossy to principal office. He's interrupting the class. Yeah, I give him his 15 minutes of fame. Look, I appreciate your input, and I appreciate it. There will be a fire extinguisher on this vehicle. I have fire extinguishers in everything that I own. Everything that I own, I have fire extinguishers. At least 2 fire extinguishers. You are right. Safety is key. Hope for the best, plan for the worst. I'm not coming after you because you said put a fire blanket or put the battery somewhere, blah, 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 whatever. That's not what I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you because you keep saying, do this with the battery, do this with a cutoff, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then you come back and say, well, I don't ride anything that has a battery that's not separating me between the firewall. I drive a John Deere bulldozer. And then you say, I've never rode anything with an airbag. I find that hard to believe. Mossy is an ex-Marine Corps. I can sleep at night. Hold on a second. He uses a cell phone. He must. I tell you what, my subscribers are the best. They cooking. They cooking. They cooking. It's over with now. It's over with now. It's over with. My subscribers are the best. Look, I held back because I mean, I appreciate you being on here, but I find it hard to believe you're a grown human being and you've never rode anything with an airbag. Because I was going to say, well, anything with electronics, there's capacitors in everything. I mean, there's little capacitors in everything that keeps voltage on little sensitive stuff, and those things could pop at any time. Oh, you know what else? Hold on a second. Wait a minute. I just had a brainstorm. Do you have central heat and air? Do you have central heat and air? I'm sure you have central heat and air in your house, and you got central heat and air in your house. I'm sure you do. Do you have a refrigerator? Oh my goodness. Oh my God, do you have a damn microwave? Tell me, do you have a microwave? Do you have a microwave in your house? Tell me if you got a microwave. Because if you got a microwave, you have got a nuclear reactor in your house. Come on now. Did you know that? Did you know your refrigerator or your caffeinator? Did you know your caffeinator or your kevinator? If you're old school, if you're that old, it'd be called a kevinator or a caffeinator or an icebox. Do you know that your refrigerator has capacitors in it that hold charges for the compressor? So when the compressor comes on, it don't pull so much voltage. It's like a relay, but it's a capacitor, and it pulls the power, so it don't have a power surge, so the compressor can kick on because the startup voltage on a refrigerator, on some of them, is like 8,500 watts, and then their running voltage is like 3,200. So it has a capacitor that keeps voltage over here stored over here in the side. So when it kicks on, it says, "Hey, baby, I got the power right here." Boom, and it sends it to it like Tryon, like voltage. It sends it like daggone Zeus to Apollo. Bam, there you go. Do you know what happens if them things short out? Do you know what happens if the capacitors in your refrigerator short out? You want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell you? You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you? Guess what happens? Guess what? Boom, now. Guess what? Your air conditioner sent. Oh my goodness. Do you have a hot water heater? Do you have a hot water heater? Do you have a hot water heater? Please tell me you got a hot water heater. You got a hot water heater? I'm telling you, I'm cooking now. I'm cooking. The devil cooking, and I'm cooking too. The devil know I can do it. Do you have a hot water heater? Do you have a hot water heater? Guess what? On the side of the hot water heater, there's a little brass valve on the side of it. They go bad all the time. Guess what happens when them valves go bad? Those valves perp off. They burp. Every now and then when the temperature builds up or the pressure builds up in a hot water heater, that thing will burp. And you got a drain valve that runs off. Most houses, not my house, but most houses, hot water heater is in their house in the back bedroom in the closet. Guess what? Guess what happens? When that little valve gets stopped up, that little brass valve, them springs, they rust shut and they can't open. And that son of a gun in there is building up heat, building up pressure inside that thing. Guess what that hot water heater is going to do? It's going to build up so much pressure, and guess what it's going to do? Boom! Guess what? Guess what it's going to do? Boom, yow! The hot water heater is going to go off with about 225 degrees of hot water in the bedroom. Guess what? If you live in a trailer or you live in one of them houses with that panel wall, that paneling, you know that paneling, you be in there, you can hear right through it. Guess what's going to happen? Boom, yow! Bam! Just took off your whole side of your mobile home. Your whole side of your mobile home gone. Gone! Gone! Where's the fire extinguisher? Ain't no damn fire extinguisher. Fire extinguisher gonna help you. You're gonna be dripping skin like Freddy Krueger Part 2. And this all come back to you saying, you better put a daggone fire extinguisher in that truck. You better, and then you come back and say you've never rode anything. You ride in auto antiques that nothing has airbags, and all the batteries are under the engine compartment, and and you've never rode with nobody. Look, man, I'm the nicest guy in the world. I promise you I'm the nicest guy in the world. I would give you my shirt. I wouldn't give you this shirt. This something's just sweaty like saltwater taffy. If I had $10 in my pocket, I'd give you 11. But don't come at me sideways with some crazy crap like you come out, like you ain't rode in nothing. It's 2025. You ain't never rode in nothing with an airbag. You ain't never rode in nothing with a battery under the passenger seat. You ain't never rode with anything with a damn battery in the back floorboard or the trunk. Come on, man. Give me a break. Dangerous machinery, old stuff you couldn't start. Well, drop it down in the list. Drop it down. So now we've went from, I don't drive nothing but John Deere bulldozers, to you only ride in auto antiques. And now you're telling me that you have dangerous machinery, old stuff that I couldn't start. That clearly tells me you don't know nothing about JG. You don't know nothing about me. That means you just rolled through this chat today and you thought you was going to come on here and be Billy Badass with a big bat stick and try to make me look bad and tell me that I don't know how to start something dangerous old machinery. Man, let me tell you something. I've probably backed up to the curb more than you've went straight in your life. I'm just going to say. I'm just going to say. I probably backed up to the curb more than you went straight in your life. Dude, I can throw it out the best of them. You ever seen that movie 8 Mile? Where Eminem was up there and he just ripped them apart at the end? Man, I ain't even cooking yet. Man, I'm like 2%. I ain't even cooking. But I do love a good debate. And don't get my boy 84 Cuddy in here talking. Oh, don't get my boy 84 in here. He be writing bars here lately. He's a daggone music producer. Don't be getting in here, man. He be dropping ciphers down on here back and forth. Man, you won't know if you coming or going or you left. You be like, what happened? I don't know. What happened? He's like, what the hell happened? You know, you be standing there, you know. Man, we get so bad, man. We get so bad. You see what happened to him? You see what happened to Machine Gun Kelly? Machine Gun Kelly went from very good guy. You know, he dropped some stuff. He thought he would jerk on the daggone shirt strings of Eminem coming out there with that little cipher that he come out there. Whatever. Eminem hit him so hard, he thinks he's back with the Backstreet Boys. Y'all seen the new video he come out with, Vampire? He come out, he's out there doing this too. It looked like the Backstreet Boys is coming back. Now, let me tell you this. I know Machine Gun Kelly. How do I know Machine Gun Kelly? My friend that used to live in Cincinnati raised Machine Gun Kelly. He actually named Machine Gun Kelly. He got custody. His name is Big Sly, right? He lives in Miami. He's an airbrush artist. Big black guy. Big old black guy. He big. He big boy. Super great guy. He raised Machine Gun Kelly. I know Sly, and the reason why I know Sly is because of the custom world. And when I met Sly, I seen Machine Gun Kelly when Machine Gun Kelly wasn't Machine Gun Kelly. So I have the receipts, I have the checks, I have the rep, I have the background, I have it all. So don't come at me sideways and telling me that you got old machinery that Jay can't crank. I'm just telling you. Fire Marshal Bill is going to show up. Fire Marshal Bill is going to show up for a surprise inspection. All right, now hold on a second now. See, we went from picking around. All right, now listen here. We went from picking around, like if you knew this channel and if you knew 84's channel And if you knew Tulu's channel, if you knew Build on the Butts channel, if you knew Elko's channel, if you knew Carolina Biggs channel, if you knew 87SS channel, if you knew all of our channels, you know we're just having a good time. But that last comment that you just made, Fire Marshal Bill is going to show up for a surprise inspection. If you're telling me that if that right there, if you're telling me right now that by some choice that Fire Marshal is going to show up here for a surprise inspection, you just went from personal, you just went from ha ha ha, laugh, 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 to personal. So this conversation is over. So everybody in the chat, there's 23 of you. We're done. Don't give Mossy Oak no more attention. He's done. It's over with. It's done. It's done. Yeah, I know Fire Marshal Bill is from Living Color. But see, I don't, homie don't play that. Homie don't play that. And the reason why I say that is because somebody on Facebook about 6 months ago said the exact same thing, but they said they was going to call the fire marshal and have them inspect me to see if I was up to code, that I was in some makeshift piece of shit shop in my backyard. They threatening my livelihood. Well, let me tell you something. My shop in my backyard ain't no makeshift shop. I'm a LLC, Limited Liability Corporation. I'm a legit. My shop probably costs more than most people's houses. I got more concrete on the ground than most people probably got in their damn house. But yeah. Play with light. Yeah, we don't do that. All right, now let's get back to it. Been on here 62 minutes. I appreciate every single one of you. So back to this, it's all fun and games until somebody makes it not fun no more. So it's not fun no more. So it is what it is. So JG, if I delete my AC, will I just need to buy a different size? Yes. Yes. All right, so on this 302 had a smog pump on it. So what I did was I deleted the smog pump, and then what I did is I got a belt. Now you might have to play around with the belts. So with this 302, this 94 GT 302 that's in this box truck, it had a smog pump on it, but it had everything else: air conditioner, water pump, power steering pump, alternator, had all that stuff, right? So what you can do is you can take some 3/4 tape, right? Get you some 3/4 tape, or get you a flat. You know what would be easier is just go to Walmart or Dollar Tree or something and get you a flat seamstress tape, right? For a seamstress, go over into the fabric section and get you that roll tape measure, right? That roll one, right? And then take off your AC compressor, right? You take it off, and then you take the flat tape, and then you go around your belt. You go around the track of your belt would go, and you should be fine. And then see what that measurement is. And on belts, the last number is the inches. So let's just say the belt is a LK. Say the belt's a LK. Hold on a second, I got one right here that ain't no good. So the last number in the belt, that ain't got it on there. The last number in the belt is the length. So let's just say the belt says it's a JKL 108, right? That means it's 108 inches, right? Right. If you're using factory accessory drive, the original belt works. Yeah. You can take it off and see. I know 84 did it on Sparrow. Yeah. So just get you a flat tape, like a seamstress tape, from Walmart over in the fabric section and run it around the belts or run it around the pulleys, and then see what that is. And let's say it's say it comes up to be 100 inches. Then go to the part. If you got a good part store, like a real good part store, go to the part store and get the belt under. So if it's a 100-inch belt, ask for like a 98.5, a 99.8, a 100, a 105, or whatever, and see if they'll let you just, on good faith, take the belts and try out which one worked, and then come back and pay for that. Yep. 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 All right, boys and girls. I appreciate everybody tapping in. We had a good time. So let me finish making some panels. I appreciate everybody tapping in. Everybody stay cool out there, man. Everybody stay cool. Everybody stay cool. Don't get too hot. Supposed to chance of rain every week this week, about 50%. I'm gonna clear that hood in the morning. I'm gonna get that done. If you're new to the channel and you like what's around here, don't worry. Hey, look, what went on early is not normal. I mean, that's just like every now and then. I usually don't do stuff like that. I try to be respectful best I can. Yeah, holler at me. Got all your pictures today. Oh, you got all my pics? Well, good. Stay up on me, don't you? Oh, no. Hey, you've been listening to Tom Holmes. You've been listening to Tom Holmes, the border czar. He said that the other night. He says, I bet you set the pee. I like to die. I appreciate. Oh yeah, I don't let them bother me, man. I don't let people bother me. But when you threaten my livelihood, that what I do to support my family, then all bets are off. You know, you can pick with me all day you want to. You can throw whatever. You can say whatever you want to me. You can whatever, and I can cook with the best of them. Look, I can cook so hard that I make you cry. You know, I'm only like 3-4%. I'm not even turning it up. SS gang said, Lord have mercy, if JG ever starts to drinking, he probably be rough. Look, no, I'm the nicest person. I'm the nicest person on the planet. I won't even give you. I will help anybody out. But when you come after my livelihood that I support my family, let me put it to you like this. I learned growing up hard knocks. You didn't cook me. Dude, you didn't cook me at all. Man, you crazy, man. You didn't cook me. If you want to win, you can have it. You can win. You know what? I can set my ego aside. If you want to win, Mossy, you have it. Congratulations, you won. See how easy that was? You win. But I grew up hard knocks, right? But I'll tell you one other thing. The military spent millions of dollars teaching me on how not to die. When anybody comes after my family with livelihood on how I support my family, with any kind of little subtle threats, you know, with stuff like that, fire marshal, the popo, the police, whatever, blah, 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 all bets are off. You were dropping 80s and Jim Carrey, you were dropping 80s and Jim Carrey, I didn't know about that. You were dropping 80s and Jim Carrey didn't know about that. You were dropping 80s. Dropping 80s what? I do know about Jim Carrey. I do know about the fire marshal. I know all about that. But you said the fire marshal is going to come pay me a visit. Fire Marshal Bill. I understand what you said. That'd be like me, hey man, I'm going to call a popo on you. Why? There's some things you ain't supposed to say, man, and that's one of them. But I'll give you a free pass. You win. Hey, everybody, Mossy won. Let him get his trophy. Everybody won. Everybody, Mossy, you won. Mossy, you won. Here we go again. I'm telling you, man, my subscribers are the best. I ain't got to cook. I just let my subscribers cook. I let them cook. Boys and girls, It's hot. I think the heat's got to Moss, but it's all right. But hey, you know what, Moss? Hey, Moss, guess what? Hey, Moss, this is for you. Hey, Moss, this is for you. Hey, Moss, is that good? Is that good? Is that good for you? Is that good for you? Is that all right? Does that make you feel safe? Does that make you feel safe? Does that make you feel safe? Does that make you, hey, does that make you safe? Does that make you feel safe? Hey, does that make you feel safe? Hey, look, I got another one right here. Does that make you feel safe? Does this make you, you know what? You know what, Moss? You know what? That might be too small for you. How about this one? Does that make you feel safe? Does that one? Hold on a second, Moss. Are we safe now? Are we safe now? Are we safe? Does that make you feel? You know what, Moss? I feel a whole lot safer. I feel a whole lot safer. You know what else will make me feel safer? Bacon wrapped potatoes filled with cream cheese. That would make me feel safer. Bacon wrapped potatoes with cream cheese. That would make. Can't get a license. Cars in the cut, boy. Don't forget my boy Cars in the Cut done. Don't get my boy Cars in the Cut wound up. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate you. I really do. I'm going to clear that hood in the morning, so y'all stay tuned for some clear shots tomorrow. I'm going to finish up on this thing right here. I appreciate you, boys and girls. I had a good time. It's all fun and games until somebody gets their eye poked out with a BB gun. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Hey, look, this is for you, Mossy. Right here. This is for you, Mossy. Remember what I said, boys and girls? Don't worry about the man up the road. This right here is for you, Mossy. JG Innovation Garage is an equal opportunities company that is committed to diversity and inclusion in the workplace. We prohibit discrimination. And this section right here is for all the haters out there. They have a job as well, so it's cheerleader section for you. We welcome you to join and participate. Baby wipes and ibuprofen are available in the vending machine if needed. I appreciate you, boys and girls. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweep off anybody else. Put golf first, let loose and drag. Peace on chicory, I'm out. I gotta go. Let go. Hey, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, because I greatly appreciate it. Hey, it's all fun and games, boys and girls. It's all fun and games until you get that little Red Ryder BB gun and pop your eyeball out. Remember what I said, boys and girls, let go.